Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you the differences and similarities between Spotify and iTunes, and we'll also be discussing how to migrate music from one of these apps into the other. So first off, let's discuss what is similar between Spotify and iTunes. Well, firstly, you have access to tens of millions of different songs, and in both of these apps it's incredibly to make playlists of these songs, and this will allow you to easily organize your music libraries, create playlists for different moods, settings, and scenes. You'll also experience no ads with both of these services, which is very nice for user interface purposes. Now for some of the differences between these programs. With iTunes, you can play your music offline without paying for the premium monthly fee. You can simply download iTunes, put music into it, or purchase music, and then you won't need to pay monthly to play any of these offline. iTunes also allows you to locally sync your music with your Apple devices and allows you to also work with more than just music. You can work with videos, podcasts, movies, and much more with iTunes. And one more difference is that Spotify can have some brand new songs or indie songs that aren't available on iTunes yet. Typically, music artists need to sign with a label to get into iTunes, and Spotify is a little bit more lenient, so there might be a different music selection on the two different apps. Alright, so now that we've discussed the similarities and differences between Spotify and iTunes, let's go ahead and take a look at how we can migrate music from one of these apps to the other. So to do this, we're going to be using an application called MuseConv, which you can check out at museconv.com, where we can download it for Mac or Windows. And once we've loaded up the program, the first thing we're going to want to do is select the platform of the application that we want to transfer from. So in this case, because we're working with iTunes and Spotify, let's go ahead and transfer from iTunes over to Spotify. So first I'll click on iTunes, and this will bring up an open file menu, which I'm going to use to select my XML file, which represents my iTunes library. Once I click on this, it will load up my entire library into a playlist file. I can then select this playlist file and click on the transfer button, Spotify, and normal transfer. Now all I have to do is log into my Spotify account, and I'll successfully transfer all of these songs from my iTunes over to Spotify. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Those are the similarities and differences between Spotify and iTunes, as well as how to migrate music between the two platforms.